Hey everybody, and welcome to the D&D podcast. Today, I'm going to finally be telling the story of my personal least favorite DM that I've had. Now, this was back during the very first time I ever played D&D. It was in the module The Tomb of Annihilation. Now, this is, to this day, one of my favorite games to play, and the DM made it a little bit hard to enjoy, but overall, I absolutely loved it. I assume it's completely because of nostalgia, but it'll always have a special place in my heart as the first campaign I ever played. Now, a couple things I should mention about him. Like I think I already said, this was his first time DMing. It was my first time playing. It was a lot of firsts for everyone in the room, really. But we all figured a lot of things out together. Now, I'm sure y'all are wondering, what did he do that's so bad? Why do you like him the least? Well, I'm sure you've all heard of railroading before. He was the definition of railroading, first of all. Sometimes we would try to go out and do our own thing, but then he would completely direct us in another direction, even though the thing we were trying to do was a side plot or a side quest, but he would just force the main story down us, which was a great story, don't get me wrong. It was the general plot of the Tomb of Annihilation. This isn't really a spoiler, this is just like what you're trying to do. Sirak trapped the Nine Gods in the Tomb of the Nine Gods, which he called, or also known as the Tomb of Annihilation. And there's also a death curse, which is killing all of the undead. So someone hired you to go stop that. Not sure why, I don't remember why they decided to hire a group of level 1 not experienced adventurers, but for one reason or another, your group is going. Anyway, a lot of things he did. Every time, he had a big DM versus player mentality. For example, many of the encounters he threw at us, when we would ask, wow, that was a really tough one, I wonder why the Wizards of the Coast put that in this book. Often the answer would be, not always, but often the answer would be, oh, they didn't, I just wanted to actually give you guys a challenge. And which was always especially confusing because after we would defeat his encounters, he would be upset, like legitimately upset, as if he lost the encounter. He also sometimes threw unsolvable puzzles at us. I remember one time. It was an abbreviated type session. Basically, only about half of the normal group could show up. So I did like what he did, but not how he did it. So what he did was basically he gave us all a combined dream sequence with like this dream opponent, and after it we would all wake up and be with the other players again. I actually think that's a really great idea. But the way he did it was make unsolvable puzzles that killed us so much. I mean, I know that's a weird thing to say, to kill me so much, but I know that my character died about 7 times in the dream sequence, and we were always confused why we were just almost respawning like a video game. He just wanted to kill us and then bring us back without any consequences. But yeah, the Goliath Barbarian with over 108 hit points, well, around 108 hit points at the time, or was I higher at that point? Well, it doesn't really matter, let's just say over 100 hit points. I died 7 times because my hit points dropped to 0. It wasn't good. Anyway, after we finally got through that area, there was a opponent who we were able to defeat, and he was kind of expecting that, but then he was trying to get the opponent to get away. We stopped it, and we killed it. And then, once again, he got upset because he didn't want us to actually kill it. He wanted us to do something else, and he yelled at us for about a good 10 minutes for that. But, like I said, he was new to DMing, and I understand that some people prefer a completely railroaded game where you don't really have any choices. But, me personally, I do prefer a lot of choices, a lot of opportunity, I like to be able to go into the town and go to the shop first without going directly to the mission. Unless the mission is time sensitive, of course. In that case, I'll willingly go to the mission first. But it's just things like that that really get to you after a while. And overall, I believe it or not, I still loved the campaign. Tomb of Annihilation is amazing. It's very fun, especially with a lot of people. Well, I mean, no, we had too many people. We had like 11 different players, which I assume that did not help the game at all, and I can understand why he was more restrictive when there are so many people. But, and overall, do not play with that many players, no matter what, because it is pure chaos. And yet, somehow, I still have the most fond memories of that game. Well, I guess I have a lot of fond memories of pretty much every campaign, but that one will always have a special place for being my first. But that's about all I have to say about the game in this video. I'm sure there's some stuff I'm just not thinking about right now. But for now, let me know how I did. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything else I can be talking about. And until next time, roll well.